Ladies and gentlemen, there is a silent force more powerful than luck, more certain than chance, and more enduring than temporary effort. It is the magnetic pull of character, vision, and definite purpose. I ask you now, are you chasing success, or are you becoming the kind of person to whom success is drawn irresistibly, inevitably, unquestionably? Let me tell you a secret. Success is not something you find, it is something you attract. Like iron filings to a magnet, it comes not by accident, but by law. Most people are taught to chase success, as if it's a thing to be hunted down, captured, and controlled. But this mindset often leads to exhaustion, disappointment, and a constant sense of lack. The truth, as revealed by history's most accomplished individuals, is that success is not something you chase. It is something you attract by the person you become. Imagine a magnet. It doesn't run after metal. It simply is what it is, charged, aligned, and inherently attractive. The same is true for people who cultivate the right mindset, habits, and inner qualities. When you become someone of focus, discipline, vision, and integrity, success begins to gravitate toward you naturally. Opportunities show up, the right people enter your life, doors open that were once closed. It's not because the world suddenly changed, it's because you changed. This shift begins with inner transformation. When you work on yourself, your thoughts, beliefs, and character, you emit a stronger, clearer signal. You become someone who not only desires success, but deserves it. The universe responds to clarity, consistency, and conviction. If you are scattered, uncertain, and reactive, success will remain elusive. But if you are grounded in purpose and powered by belief, it will be drawn to you like a moth to a flame. The pursuit of success in the outer world must always begin in the inner world. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest potential, you create an invisible force that pulls success toward you without force or desperation. You don't need to chase what's meant for you ***. You need only to become the person worthy of receiving it. ***, that is the foundation of all lasting achievement, not pursuit, but attraction through personal evolution. Without a clear and definite purpose, life becomes a wandering journey without direction. Many people work hard, put in long hours, and stay busy. Yet they feel stuck or unfulfilled. The reason is simple. Effort without purpose is like a ship without a rudder. It moves, but it doesn't necessarily move forward. Purpose is the force that gives meaning to effort, clarity to vision, and power to intention. When you define a definite major purpose, you create a guiding star for your thoughts, decisions, and actions. It becomes the focal point of your energy. Every great achievement in history has been the result of someone deciding exactly what they wanted and dedicating themselves completely to it. That level of clarity cuts through distraction. It eliminates confusion. It transforms scattered energy into focused momentum. Your purpose must be specific, personal, and emotionally compelling. Vague goals do not inspire commitment. Saying, "I want to be successful," is not enough. But saying, "I will build a business that empowers 1,000 people by the year 2030, ignites action. It gives your subconscious mind a target. It tells the world, and yourself, that you are serious. When your life is aligned with a definite major purpose, you begin to operate on a different level. Decisions become easier, motivation increases, challenges become stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks. People and resources start to show up, not by accident, but because you are signaling to life that you know where you're going. The moment you define what you want and commit to it completely, you separate yourself from the majority. You become magnetic to opportunity. Purpose transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers, not by chance, but by conscious, deliberate choice. Belief in oneself is the foundation upon which all success is built. Without it, even the most brilliant plans collapse under the weight of doubt. Every great achievement begins in the mind of someone who first believed it was possible. Before anyone else sees your vision, before any results appear in the physical world, *U* must be the one to carry the conviction that it can and will happen. Self-belief is not arrogance, it is trust. It is the quiet confidence that says, I am capable, I am worthy, I will find a way. This inner conviction fuels persistence. It gives you the strength to keep going when results are slow, when critics are loud, and when obstacles seem immovable. People who lack belief in themselves give up at the first sign of resistance. Those who believe, however, treat resistance as proof they are on the path to something worthwhile. The mind responds to what it is told repeatedly. If you tell yourself you are not good enough, your subconscious accepts it and creates a reality to match. But if you speak to yourself with power, if you feed your mind with affirmations of possibility, your entire inner world begins to shift. You become more courageous, more focused, and more resilient. No one ever attracts success while secretly believing they are undeserving of it. The world reflects your inner image. Believe in your value, and others will too. Believe in your dream, and life will meet you with the means to realize it. This is why the first and greatest victory is always internal. Before you can do something, you must believe you can. Success begins not in strategy, but in state of mind. The strongest magnet of all is a mind that knows. Without a doubt, it is destined to succeed. The habits you form each day are the invisible architecture of your future. They may seem small, even insignificant, but over time they compound into either greatness or regret. Success does not arrive in one grand moment. It is built slowly, patiently, and deliberately through what you do repeatedly. Your habits are not just actions, they are declarations of who you are becoming. People often believe that success requires massive, dramatic changes, but in reality, it is forged in the quiet moments, when you choose to read instead of scroll, to plan instead of drift, to act instead of wait. These daily decisions shape your character, your mindset, and ultimately your results. The most magnetic people are not frantic or impulsive. They are disciplined. They have trained themselves to think clearly, to act decisively, and to stay aligned with their purpose regardless of circumstances. Habits are powerful because they create identity. When you consistently wake up early, you become someone who values time. When you regularly pursue learning, you become someone who grows. And when you maintain integrity in small matters, you become someone others trust. These traits are not innate. They are cultivated. They are practiced until they become second nature. The key is consistency. It is better to take small positive actions every day than to attempt massive changes once in a while. Daily excellence builds momentum, and momentum is magnetic. The people who seem to attract success are often those who have quietly trained themselves to live at a higher standard, even when no one is watching. In the end, your habits are the signal you send to the world about who you are. If you want success to be drawn to you, become someone whose daily life reflects the discipline, focus, and commitment that success naturally gravitates toward. Adversity is not the enemy of success, it is its proving ground. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has walked through the fire of difficulty. Temporary setbacks, failures, disappointments. These are not signs that you are off course. In fact, they are often confirmation that you are exactly where you need to be. Adversity refines you. It strips away the inessential. It tests your commitment to your vision and reveals whether your desire is strong enough to withstand resistance. Most people retreat at the first sign of struggle. They interpret difficulty as a signal to stop, but those who attract success view adversity differently. They see it as training. Every challenge is an opportunity to develop patience, courage, creativity, and resilience. When you face a problem, you are being invited to grow into the version of yourself that can handle the success you are asking for. The magnetic individual understands that ease does not build strength. Just as a diamond is formed under pressure and steel is forged in fire, greatness is born through hardship. Each obstacle is a tool, shaping your character and sharpening your focus. When you face adversity with a determined mind, you become more attractive to success because you have demonstrated that you can be trusted with it. Setbacks are not the end of your journey, they are necessary chapters in your story. They are the tests that precede transformation. Rather than asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this preparing me for?" Every struggle contains within it a lesson, and every lesson brings you closer to the strength, wisdom, and clarity needed to fulfill your purpose. Endure with purpose, persist with faith, and understand that adversity is not your punishment. It is your preparation. Success is always tied to value. The more value you create for others, the more success you naturally attract. This is a principle that transcends industries, backgrounds, and even time. When you shift your focus from what you can get to what you can give, you tap into one of the most powerful forces of attraction. The world rewards contribution. The more people you help, the more problems you solve, and the more you elevate others, the greater your influence, your reputation, and ultimately your results. This does not mean giving blindly or sacrificing yourself. It means developing skills, insights, and character to the point where your presence alone benefits those around you. People are drawn to those who bring value through ideas, leadership, support, creativity, or inspiration. The law of compensation tells us that your income, your impact, and your influence will always be in proportion to the value you provide to the world. When you adopt a mindset of service, you stop waiting for opportunities and begin creating them. You stop worrying about competition because you know that value is limitless when driven by purpose. Even in the face of setbacks, your focus remains strong because you're not just working for gain. You're working for growth, for contribution, for legacy. Those who consistently give more than they take become magnets for collaboration, opportunity, and goodwill. Their names are remembered, their work respected, and their influence lasting. Giving is not a weakness, it is a strategy. When done with intention and authenticity, it builds trust, strengthens relationships, and opens doors that money or status alone cannot. To attract lasting success, become someone who enriches every environment you enter. Make yourself so valuable that the world cannot help but respond. Give more, grow more, and success will follow without force.